Thank you for coming back to another episode of the Tony Montana channel. This one is going to be a not Tito, Tipo Lopez a video. I guess I've been neglecting the a-hole, and I guess he made a couple of videos. Just looked at, he finally showed his fat ass on video, wearing that 49.99 WBC bracelet he has, wearing that polyester suit jacket, and obviously fucking looking as horrible as ever. And well, we're going to look at the video he just made. Currently titled. Oh, he published it in September on September 13th. Right now, he has it published as "The Real American Pitbull and What Matters on Its Pedigree" by Chico Lopez. Basically, that's it again. Another self-promoting video about trying to sell dogs that he can't sell. He has been forced to go back and make videos about how great he is and how people shouldn't be even looking at the pedigree of the dog because he has promoted himself so great that that's enough, and the puppies know this, and that he doesn't give a merit to any other breeder because that would diminish his, I guess, merit. He doesn't really understand that in order for you to get merits from other people, you need to give merits to the people that came behind you, to the people that actually work. You have the work in your pedigree, like that Ciega the Great dog that you always clearly you consider that dog your number one ever in the 30 years you've been in the dogs. You clearly consider that dog Ciega the Great your best dog ever, and yet you don't give credit to Holland. You know that that basically 50% of that dog is not you. You just got the semen from which the work of another person. And behind that, the work of other people. It wasn't you again because you need to use other people's work, erase their name, and call it yours. Unfortunately, that's not how it works for people that know about these dogs. It's not the way it works with people that understand the breed or that understand how things work in the real life. In real life, if a person bred, if you're grabbing someone's work, that's their work. Just because you bought the team, it doesn't make their work null, and you become 100% merit of whatever they created. So in this video, pathetic video, talks about taxi drivers and car racers, and obviously mentions about cars, and because again, it's his salesman mentality. He's such a salesman that his life, his world is just that little cluster of buying and selling. Right now, he's trying to sell. Doesn't explain how he connected. He got connected to the boxers. I try not to touch too much on that because there's other people involved in it that I don't want any. No, I have no issues with. But obviously, the reason he got involved with, there's a person in the boxing that deals with dogs, with these dogs that hooked him up, got the connection with the first boxer. I believe it was Crawford, the first boxer he got entangled with, or he triggered. And then from there, everything else, started happening. I'm not going to touch it much on that because again, there's other people involved, and my issues is only with Chico Lopez for stealing my money. And he talks about God, but thieves don't go to heaven. Liars don't go to heaven. People that don't have a word, their word means nothing. They don't go to heaven. So you're just talking shit because uh, you're doing the devil's work. And as the devil does, you do. So Chico Lopez, you're definitely not for the dogs. Your interest is not the dogs. Your interest is basically making as much money out of these dogs as possible, and burning any competition you could find. And you're and I speak from experience owning Chico Lopez dogs. And unfortunately, the more he has his hands on these dogs, the crappier they behave. They might look nice. It's easier to breed for looks. It's easier to breed and the dog looks a certain way. I mean, there's certain many breeds that you can have that are beautiful, but really, the American People Terrier, the first thing the most important thing that we're looking for is personality, character. And unfortunately, Chico Lopez dogs aren't are not to par. Really, not even average. And I'm not in a place that I don't see pitbulls. There's plenty of pitbulls of all breedings, from Garner breeding, from all kinds of breedings, public breeders around. So it's not like it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Chico Lopez ran away from New York, where I live, because the dogs here were too good for him. So he went somewhere where he could make it easier. They do say that if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Chico Lopez couldn't make it here. So many years ago, he took his tail and moved to Texas, where he was welcomed by Evolution Kennels. He was helped by them. He was introduced to all the people. If it wasn't for him, he would have starved. His family would starve. Yet now, today, he talks crap about them. He talks crap about the person that helped them. As in the same thing with Cuban Missing Link. Cuban Missing Link was a big help to him. He taught him a lot. Same thing with Evolution Kennels, taught him a lot. But because he wants to be, he has I guess I guess he has a complex since he came from poor beginnings. I believe yeah, he was pretty poor. Once he got to the United States, his mom uh, just abandoned him in New York. So that's why you don't hear him mentioning too much of the mom, because his mom abandoned him. I don't know. I guess he was such a such a bad person that even mom didn't want him. This is the pedigree of the person that some people are looking to buy dogs from. This is the true pedigree. This is who he is. So he is here in New York. He worked as selling electronics. He marketed them, increased the price to tourists. If he saw he was a tourist, if the thing cost $50, now all of a sudden it costs $100. And trying to sell the information, the money, the product to get more commission out of it. And you can see it in his videos. This video, it's all promotion, but it's kind of like antiquated promotion. He's using old tactics because he's so lazy to read, so lazy to get up to speed in the marketing tactics. He's still using 1990s tactics. But a lot of people now see through that. So yeah, he uses his puppy. The puppy looks okay. If you see my I guess my channel, there's a little logo on the channel of a puppy. My puppy, that puppy that I have was probably 7 weeks, 8 weeks when I had it, and it looks just as fit. That's fine, just as fine. And him telling you, oh, you can get dogs like this anywhere else. Listen, all this, yes, okay. If you really want a dog that is related to all these boxers he mentioned in that video. What was it? Canelo. What was it? Crawford. The MMA fighters. The great Cyborg. Tito Vera. And if I miss somebody, I miss somebody, but this individual. If you want the dog connected to these, I have I have a dog for stud that is half brother to all those dogs, half brother to all those dogs. So, and you don't have to deal with the BS of Chico Lopez. You don't have to deal with him, because once you get to know him, you'll realize he's such a BS person. He's so full of himself, and then he uses God like one of those rich pastors that make money out of, like, a living out of lying to people. But as I was saying, if you're really into his dogs, I have a stud for you. I won't charge you. I won't even charge you what he would charge you for a pup. It would be less than what he would charge you for a pup, and I'm charging you for a stud fee. I don't even care, because again, these guys stole a lot of my money. So if you really want this blood, come get it. Email me or message me here. I'll email you, and we can do business. I won't ask you for anything other than money. And obviously, all this is for a pet, because the dog is a pet. So everything, all the intent is ownership. If you were looking for this, I got it. And again, you don't have to deal with none of these Chico Lopez BS, the high prices, the stupid birth certificate. You know, you won't get a registration. You won't be able to show your dog at confirmation shows. You won't have be able to do any of these shows with your dog. Yet you're paying the price of a show dog. So once again, if you're looking for a dog that is connected to these boxers and MMA fighters, I offer my dog, and you've seen him in many of the videos. He looks great. He has a good physical shape. He is very calm dog. Like I said, if you're interested in that blood, I have it for a good fee that would be less than one pup that Chico Lopez will charge you, which you would also include shipping. He'll charge you shipping. So and again, just let me know, and I can do that for you. No problem. I obviously there's no registration papers involved. Same thing will happen with Chico Lopez. There's no paperwork involved. This is him giving you a pup that can be of any type of breeding, because that's basically where he's going. He has people over in a couple of places in the country that he's going to say, okay, have puppies. I'll continue to advertise, and you get a little piece of it, and I get another piece of. So Chico Lopez will have people making puppies all over the country, United States, and he was like, "Oh, I bring them from Brazil," and you're thinking they're coming from ex dogs, ex breedings, but they're not. They're coming from other, but because he doesn't have to answer to any registry, then he's screwed. You're screwed rather. He can do whatever he wants, and since again, there's no DNA testing. You as an owner are screwed. So, I'm telling you, as a person that got burned by this guy, do not buy a thing from this guy. Don't even believe when he tells you the time. Seriously. But again, if you're going to go at it and continue to buy, because the sensational things he's saying, and he says it about himself, which has nothing to do with the dog, because the dogs don't care what you're promoting yourself to be, or promoting what you did, or your merits that only you give yourself. Nobody acknowledges merits, and certainly now you can't even acknowledge merits on your own dogs. Now you're talking about this dog, his grandfather or great great grandfather, was great. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody knows that every generation needs to prove itself. Every generation. If you're going to play that way, then you play it that way well. Anyway, this is Tony Montana. Until next time.